The next morning, soon after dawn, I looked at him and discovered that it was Malam Zurk. I spoke his name as he cried, "Please protect me from these wild hyenas." He quickly answered, "Hima Daidan Shehu," and held out his hand to shake mine. We were delighted to see each other and spent the rest of the day in talk and laughter. Malam Zurk told me one story after another until I was quite breathless with laughing. Soon, we set off together to the town of Nasarawa. Here we parted once more. Malam Zuki said he was going farther, but I wanted to stay in the town. Soon, I found the entrance to a mosque and I went inside. People thought I was a learned teacher and they brought me bread, milk, and other foods. Soon, everyone in the town knew me. If there was any special service, they asked me to say the prayers. I always refused, saying that I always prayed in silence, but really it was because I could neither read nor write. One day, the daughter of the chief died in a small neighboring village. I was asked to go to the funeral. "Where is the road to the village?" I asked. Someone showed me the way and told me that the funeral would take place that afternoon. A horse was got ready for me, but I told the chief I was not leaving until I had said my prayers. I said I would follow them later. "And I do not need a horse," I added. "I am quite accustomed to journeys without one." The chief looked at me in surprise, said, "It is a long way." He, "I'll be there in time," I answered with a smile. As soon as they had gone, I left the town quietly. I ran as fast as I could through the bush. My aim was to get in front of them, and I succeeded. This would make them think I was a very wonderful person. I went to the house where the little girl had died. When the others arrived, I went out and greeted them, saying, "God be with you." They all fell on their knees in front of me. They couldn't understand how I had arrived in advance of them. "He must be a powerful saint," they whispered to each other. Al-Haji and Zuk forget their quarrels. I asked the chief of Nasawara to call all the people of his native country together. "Please ask them if they have ever heard of Ruwan Bagaja," I said. He agreed, and at once called them together and asked them. An old man stepped forward and said, "Yes, I have heard of it. When I was a child, my grandfather said that in a certain place called Rama, there was a well on a mountain. It is said that Ruwan Bagaja is in that well. If you wish to know more, go to Baitul Muqaddas. My older brother lives there. We were together when the story was told. He may remember the name of the country where Rama is." I left immediately and did not stop anywhere until I reached a town called Sarai. Everybody there sought parrots and taught them how to speak. Then they sold them. I caught one myself and taught it to say, "Oh, sir, can you look at a bird like me and say that I am not worth 100 pounds? Then I went on my way, carrying the bird in a cage. That night, as I slept in the bush, some thieves came and stole all my money. They had not removed my handkerchief or the knife from my pocket, and I still had my little green bird, but they had taken everything else. The next morning, I walked sadly into a town called Yelwa. The first person I saw was Malam Zoka. I cried as usual, "Zoki Dan Muhammad." He looked back and answered, "Hima Daidan Shehu." He said to me, "We ought to forget all our quarrels and the bad things we've done to each other." Yes, I agreed. Many of them were my fault. So we shook hands and resolved to remain worthy of each other's trust for the rest of our lives. I told Malam Zok about the thieves who had stolen all my money. "You will have to sell your talking bird," he said. So the next day we went to the market. When we got there, a man asked me, "What kind of bird is that? Do you wish to sell it?" "It is a talking bird," I answered. "I will sell it to you if you wish." "It's a pretty bird," the man said. "I like its long green tail. How much do you want for it?" £100. It's a very special bird," I explained. £100, the man shouted. "Mad. You must be. It's worth that," I said. "If you don't believe me, ask the bird." He looked surprised, but he turned to the bird and asked, "Are you really worth £100? The bird answered in the words I taught it. "Oh, sir, can you look at a bird like me and say I am not worth £100? The man laughed and gave me the money.